Good evening, students. Today we are going to learn about Ogive. So what is this Ogive? How this Ogive can be drawn and how the median can be calculated from this Ogive curve. This Ogive curve is also called as cumulative frequency curve. So for a given data, how to draw this cumulative frequency curve that we have learned. Last day or in our previous lecture, we have learned how to convert a given frequency table into the cumulative frequency table. You can just watch it. Where this was the frequency table which was given, and this was converted into less than type cumulative frequency or less than type table. And this less than type or even more than type table or exclusively this cumulative frequency is required for calculation of median, that we have also learned. Here we were substituting in the formula for calculating the median, but even without substituting the formula, just from the curve we can determine the median, that we will learn. Students, we have already learned from our previous 3 lecture what is group data, what is ungrouped data, how to calculate mean, median and mode for these group data and ungrouped data. We have learned that for calculation of mean there are total 4 methods or 4 formula. First one is for the ungrouped data, where mean is obtained by adding all the observations, dividing it by the number of observations. The second one is our for the grouped data. For the grouped data, we can have the summation of fi xi divided by summation of fi. So that formula is applicable for the grouped data. So that we have also learned. This method of calculating mean by fi xi divided by fi is called as direct method. There is another method called assumed mean method, where we are first assuming a mean, then that mean is corrected by adjusting with the correction factor, which is called as the direct mean method or the shortcut method, that we have also learned earlier. Another, to simplify this further, the step deviations can be taken, where in the step deviation, the deviation di is divided by the class interval. So ui is calculated, and from that ui, the required mean is calculated by the formula x bar is equals to a plus h fi ui divided by summation of fi, that we have also learned. So these are the formula for calculation of mean. Another, we had also learned for the median, how to calculate the median. So calculation of median is done with the counting or very first rearranging the ungrouped data in ascending or descending order, then observe which data is at the center. It's so simple it was, so that we have also done earlier. But for the group data, it get modified. First, we need to find the median class. For finding the median class, we need to convert the data into cumulative frequency table by adding all the previous frequencies. Find the median class, which is in the middle or just greater than the total frequency, and substitute in the formula median is equals to L plus N by 2 minus CF divided by F into H. It was this. The mode was calculated by first finding the model class. Model class is the class having maximum frequency, and mode is calculated by L plus F1 minus F0 divided by twice of F1 minus F0 minus F2. L is the model class lower limit, F1 is the frequency of model class, F0 is frequency of the class just before the model class, F2 is frequency of class just after the model class. It is this one. And for the ungrouped data, finding the mode is very easy. Just observe which one observation is maximum time, that will give us the mode. So this was for the mean, median, mode. There is another relation between this mean, median and mode. If we are given with just 2, or if we are able to calculate the 2, either mean or median or mode, then third can be calculated. So there is one relation between mean, median and mode. Let me write it here. Relation between mean, median and mode. That relation is empirical, means approximate. If you want to get the exact value, no, it is approximate, means after decimal there may be some differences by calculation of by this formula and by actual calculation. The relation is that even before going to the relation, you must keep this in mind. Write this mean, median and mode. Understand like this. You must put the number 2 below this mean, 3 below this median and 1 below this. After this number, you have to get 1 from the other 2. What that can be obtained? That this 3 can be obtained by adding 2 plus 1, or even the 2 can be obtained by subtracting subtracting 1 from the 3, or even 1 can be obtained by subtracting 2 from the 3. So this is the trick what I am telling you how to remember, because the students are getting confused. So student, you have to understand, wherever mean we shall take it with the 2 number, wherever median we shall take it with the 3 number, and mode means 1 number. Okay, so the relation written is like this one. Thrice of median is equals to what? 2 plus 1 means twice of mean plus only 1 time mode. It is the meaning of this. 3 is equals to 2 plus 1 for writing the relation between mean, median and mode. Even we can write the other relation, because the students are getting confused. That's why I advise to remember like this. Mean, median, mode, 2, 3, 1. Just get one of the number from the other 2. Like number 3 can be obtained from 2 plus 1, means thrice of median shall be written as twice of mean plus mode. Or you can write this twice of mean also like this. Twice 2 can be written as 3 minus 1. So thrice of median minus 1 multiplied mode is simply 1 mode we have to write. Okay, even we can get this 1 also. 1 is our mode, can be obtained by thrice of median minus twice of mean. You might be observing all these three are of the same relation. Okay, student. So this is the empirical relation what we need to keep in mind. Okay, so just by calculating one, the other can be calculated. So the question is even framed in MCQs like this: if mean of data, whatever the data is given, that is not required. Mean of a data or group of data, basically, or a group of data is 23 and its mode is and its mode is 32, then find its median. Okay, so this way the question is asked. Here the data is not required, so it's very simple. We have to find the median. So which relation? All these three relations are the same thing. Since thrice of median is equals to twice of mean plus mode, so just go for substituting it. Twice into 23 plus of 32, go for adding this. It becomes 46 plus 32, so it becomes our 78. So median is 78 divided by 3. Just simplify it. 3 2 is 6, 26. So 26 is the median. So questions are very simple for this. In MCQ, the question are either framed just by asking what is the relation between mean, median and mode. That is one type of question. Another is just two of them will be given, the third can be calculated. Even in the bigger question where mean, median, mode, all these three are asked, then you can calculate the any two, whichever you feel convenient, and the third can be calculated by this formula. Okay, student. So it is the relation between mean, median and mode that we need to keep in mind. Okay, students. So these things please do not forget. So this was all about the things that we need to keep in mind. It is important relation for our MCQs exclusively. Now let us come to some of the question where we have to calculate the mean, median by this relation or by drawing the Ogive. So how is that calculation? Let us do some of the question. Last day we have learned how to convert a frequency table into cumulative frequency table. The same thing we need to apply everywhere. Last day we have also learned if we are given with, so if we are given with any kind of frequency distribution or grouped data from that the cumulative frequency that can be obtained, or the cumulative frequency table can be of the two type. It can be of the less than type, or it can be of the more than type. That I had also explained. Students, so that we have load. So frequency or group data can be converted into the two kind of cumulative frequency table or cumulative frequency type. It could be either less than type, or it could be even for the more than type. We had also solved the question where we have converted the given frequency distribution into less than type. So just as a matter of recall, please observe this. In group data, only the frequency is given. But for the given frequency, the upper limit of the class is not counted. Therefore, if we are counting or considering for the upper limit cumulative frequency, means less than upper limit have to be right. That's why we have written for the first row 0 to 4 with the frequency 6 as less than 4. Then for the next one 4 to 7 less than 7, but in this case less than 7 also including less than 4. So previous 6 have to be added. So going on this way, lastly we have reached to the number 100, which was same as the total frequency. So this is indication that our cumulative frequency distribution or cumulative frequency table is correct. This cumulative frequency table is required even for calculating the median. The same thing we are going to apply. Another thing, we can also write this in the term of lower limit. Say, but lower limit is counted for the frequency. So while converting the given group, say consider this 1 to 4 with the frequency 6. We may consider greater than 1, but greater than 1 may not include all the 6 because 1 also have to be included. So that's why if we are considering the lower limit 1, we shall always write greater or equal to 1, greater or equal to 4, greater or equal to 7, greater or equal to 10, greater or equal to 13, greater or equal to 16. But while doing so, we have to observe carefully. Greater or equal to 16 writing is more convenient during the first time than writing for greater than and equal to 1, because greater than and equal to 1 include all the given frequencies like 6, 30, 40, 16, 4, 4. Means the total 100 will be in the table of greater or equal to 1. But if we are considering greater than 16, it means only 4 will be there. Okay? So that we can do. So students, let me just copy this to explain that part. Means how to convert this into more than type. First, I will explain with this example. Student, here we are interested to convert it into the other kind. That kind is called as our greater than type. So last day we have learned about the less than type, and right now I had explained it. But for going to the greater than and equal type, we should slightly more cautious, and we are going to discuss that. Okay, so this much data is given, but now I'm going to convert it into the greater than type. So for greater than type, I can write this as the greater than or equal to, it is 1, lower limit. Similarly, we can write greater than or equal to, for the next class interval, it is above 4. How is the cumulative frequency? I will discuss. I will give you the very simple trick, or there are basically the two methods. Both I will explain, but without error and without any confusion, how you can write. So first you just fill this, greater than or equal to 7. Write again, greater than or equal to, the next limit is our 10. So we have to take this as 10. Again, greater than or equal to, next one is our 13. Greater than or equal to, which limit we have to take for this 16. Students, so for writing this into the greater than or equal to term, first we shall write this table. Means first you just write with the lower limit, after what you go for the cumulative frequency. A student, there are two methods. The convenient one is just by observation. Here you can see that if we want to write for the greater than 16, means it includes the data from 16 to 19 only. So the 4 will be the only data. So for writing the greater than and equal to type, I always advise you to start from the bottom. Okay, so write the 4 here. Only the 4 will be there because the data is varying from 16 to 19. So start with the bottom one only, so that it can be written more conveniently. The other one, coming to the second last row, means for the interval 13 to 16, greater than 13. Greater than 13 includes your frequency from 13 to 16 as well as 16 to 19. So for getting that, 13 to 16 is our 4. Whatever this 4 we have, this 4 we have written here, and the other the 4 that we have taken is this one. So this 4, it become your 8. Okay, another one, consider for the 10 to 13. Sorry, no beta phone le jao. Now consider for the interval 10 to 13. So for this greater than 10 means it include your interval 10 to 13 as well as greater than 13. It means the 10 to 13, 16 should be included, and greater than 13 already we have obtained this 8. So add 8 here, it become your 24. Correct? This way you need to proceed from the bottom, so that the chances of error can be minimized or even can be eliminated. The second approach I will also tell you. Let us continue. So now let us go for greater than 7. So greater than 7 means the data can be from 7 to 10, then 10 to 19. So 7 to 10, it is our 40. And in this 40, greater than 10 also have to be added, and that we have obtained as the 24. So it become our 64. Then go for the next. You have to continue. Greater than 4. This 4. So for greater than 4 means first 4 to 7, then greater than 7. 4 to 7 is our 30 plus greater than 7 we have calculated up to 64. So we are moving from bottom of this table to upward. Okay, please take care. This way you will never commit any mistake. So it become your 94. Next one is our greater than 1. Do it. Greater than 1 means 1 to 4, which is our 6. And greater than 4 is to the last. It is including everything. Our 94. It is our 100. So what we are observing in this case? Greater than 1 is all the frequency because 1 is the lowest limit. That's true. So that's why the other way of writing this could be like this one. Student, what is the total frequency here? Total frequency already obtained by adding it, and it is 100. Okay, student? So the other way in many books or even your teacher also do by this method. But I always advise my students to please avoid this. If you are writing this way, it is equally good. It is also acceptable. So other way is you take this 1 for 1 means it is including all the frequency. It is like our summation of f, which is 100. Because the total number of observation, all the observations are greater than 1. Greater or equal is included here. So greater equal 1 means it is 100. So you may write this as the 100 first, then going for 4 to 7. For this, greater than and equal to 4 means less than 4 have to be subtracted from this 100. Are you getting? So this time you have to do what? 100 minus how much is less than 4? Can we determine? Yes, it is given in our frequency table as the 6. So because 100 is the including everything, but 1 to 4 is 6. So greater than or equal to 4 means less than 4 have to be subtracted. So 100 minus 6, it is same as 94, whatever I have calculated. So both methods are equally correct, but it is always advised to practice the first method. Okay, student? Similarly, let us go for greater than 7. Students, for greater than 7, what we need to take? So whatever this frequency 40 is there, this need from 94, or out of 100 you need to subtract this 30 as well as this 6. So go for, so that reach for the 40. So let us take it. So you can write it anyway, but this method is always creating confusion. So for this one, we have to subtract the previous to this 7, means less than 7, which is 30, from the 94, or 30 plus 6 from the 100. So I am taking the 94 minus 30. This will also give you the same as 64. Now for the next one, you have to take the 64, and from the 64 you need to subtract the 40. Proceed by this way. You are getting this as 24. Then next time, for the next interval, we have this 24. In this 24, we need to subtract the 16. Minus of 16. You will get the same 8. Next one, from this 8, you need to subtract the other 4. It becomes 4. This is the last one. So this way we are getting the same number. But I always advise for the greater than or equal type, you always start from the bottom, you will get the correct result without any confusion. Or even if you are starting from the top, then take the total frequency, start subtracting the individual frequency from the total frequency to get the next one, then whatever they obtained from that to the frequency to get the. So this way the cumulative frequency for the greater than or equal type is calculated. So this is called your greater than or equal type table. Now students, this greater than and less than, both of these can sit on a graph. Okay, so let us plot it. Now our work is to plot these two. One is greater than, another one is less than on the same graph. So how to plot? Let us copy it. Less than type first, so that it can be plotted on the graph. So students, one is our, for this means this is our less than type, the same data that I had taken there. So for drawing the plot, this is our less than type. Means the one part is our less than type curve we want to now plot. So for that, or less than type Ogive or less than type cumulative frequency mean the same thing. So for this, drawing the Ogive, we are plotting this cumulative frequency, and whatever the less than means this is the limit. This limit is the upper limit that we need to put. So how is the plot? So the plot is like this. Keep in mind, on the vertical axis, we are always plotting cumulative frequency. Distribute this vertical axis up to the upper limit of this cumulative frequency. And on the horizontal axis, we are putting the limit. But we are going to put the less than type, means on the horizontal limit, we shall, on horizontal axis, we shall put the upper limit. So it is for the upper limit. Upper limit. What are our upper limit? Let us quickly write that. Say 4, 7, 10, 13, 16, and 19. So put it. 4, 7, 10, 13, 16, and 19. So these are the upper limit that we have plotted. Now what are the cumulative frequency? The upper limit is 100. So we shall divide this vertical line or vertical axis so that up to 100 we can place it. Let me take the scale of 10. Okay, students. So let me take at the 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. Okay, let us adjust it. So that up to 100 we can place on this vertical axis. 60, 70, 80, 90, and up to 100. So this is for our cumulative frequency. Now we have to plot the point. What are the plot? What is this plot? The upper limit versus their frequency. So that plot we have learned in our linear equation in two variable, how to plot a graph. So what is the point to be plotted here, students? One is this 4, another one is this 6. So this 4 have to be plotted on x-axis and 6 on the y-axis. For the next, the pair is like our 7, 36. For next, 10, 76. For the next one, 13, 92. For the next one, 16, 96. The next one, 19 and 100. So these are the points on cumulative frequency curve or Ogive. So what point we have to put, that I have also tabulated. You may tabulate or you may leave it, but must put it correctly. One is 4 and 6. 4 is the upper limit. Yeah. So at 4, this is our 6, slightly greater than 5. So we can mark this point as 4, 6. Okay, or you may mark this point as the ABCD. Let me mark this point as A. Now, the next one is our 7 and 36. So going for the 7, we have to go for 36. It is like this one. It is our point B. 736. Next one is our 76. It is for the 10 and 76. So come for the next limit as 10. Go up to where? 76. Students. So just above the 75, there is 76. But so for this 10, observe it. It is this one. Mark this point as DC. You can plot these coordinates also, like 4, 6, 7, 36. You can plot it. Or let me put this 4 and 6. Better habit is to write it here. That can give the better impression. Even you can leave it, but do not forget to write the alphabet over there. The next one is our 13. For 13, it is our 92. So from 13, you have to move sharply upward, and you have to stop at the 92. It is this point. The next one is for the 16, we have 96. Do the same thing. 16 is our 96. And here already we are getting 19. It is our 100. Now you have to join this. Okay, whatever the point we have plotted, A, B, C, you may name this as D, E, and F. Okay, students, it is our D, E, F. Now, plot it. Whatever the plotted point, you have to join it. So join it. You have to start from where? The lowest one is our 4, 6. So from here you have to start with the straight line. You have to join it, not the single one, but in the segment wise we have to join. So whatever this curve obtained, this curve is called Ogive. So this is the for, you can get it, or you have to write it here. It is for less than type, or you may write this as less than type Ogive, or less than type cumulative frequency curve. So this way you have to plot. This plot is done for less than type. So this curve is also called as less than Ogive. We have also tabulated for greater than and equal to lower limit. Means there is a possibility of drawing the other curve also. So that curve we also have to draw. For that, student, our new table is this one. Keep in mind, our new table is this one. So this is our greater than and equal type. So for greater than and equal type, we need to take, or for the greater than and equal type Ogive, we need to take this point, the lower limit 1 and the frequency 100. And we have to plot in the same curve. Or if it is asked to draw these two curves separately, you may plot it on two different curves. But if it is asked for the median, then plot on the same curve. So this is our greater than, means this is the second one, greater than or equal type, this curve. So for this, keep in mind, what are the points? The points should be 1 and 100. This one. So let me write it here. 1, 100. Next one is what? The 4 and 94. The next one is our 7 and 64. The next one is our 10 with 24. The next one is our 13 with 8. The next one is our 16 with 4. So these are the points that we need to put on the same graph. A student, the graph that we have drawn here, though we have written it from the 4, but starting or the beginning one is what? It is the 1 itself. And this plot we have done was for the less than type. Now for greater than type, like this point 4 and 6, observe it carefully. For less than type, the first plot was 4 and 6. But for the greater than type, the first plot is our 1 and 100. Okay, student? So be careful. Write this as 1 and 100. So 1 and 100 have to be plotted first on the same graph. So observe, 1 is on this limit. So a student, now we are going to plot for the, not for the upper limit, for the lower limit. But the cumulative frequency still remain 100 up to maximum. But if we are taking the lower limit as 1 at this time, the point is 100. So keep in mind, it will directly fall on this axis. So lower limit means greater than or equal type starts with the frequency, cumulative frequency axis itself, but from the top of the cumulative frequency axis. So you may write this in the bracket. It is for greater or equal type. We will finally write this on the curve itself. The first point is our, for 1 it is 100. So let us write this as point P. It is our 1 and 100. This 1 and 100, from where we are writing, students? We are writing from our greater than type. This one, we have plotted this. Okay, observe it carefully. The next point is at 4 we shall take the 94. Be careful. At 4 we need to take 94. But for the less than type, what it was? At 4 it was 6. So it will give a different point. That is important. So our 4 and 96. At this 4, for the greater than type, let me go upward. How long? Up to 96. So 96 we need to observe. Mark the 96. It is this point. Okay, student? Mark this as Q 496. Then take the other one. Third one is our 7. From that table, which table? Student, we are drawing for the lower limit. Lower limit means greater than and equal type. So at this time, we need to observe for this table, which is greater than and equal type table. The next one is our 764 and 1024. 7, at this 7, we need to go for this 64. So 64, it will be somewhere here. So it is our PQ. Mark this point as R. It is our 764. You may put it. Next one is our 10. Then for 10, it is our 24. Okay. So 10 and 24. Take that one. 10 and 24. So from this 10, again you have to do the same thing, but where? 24. So here we are observing that we have to stop here itself. So be careful. So this is our PQR. S, you may take this as S is our 10, 24. PQRS, then how much is for the 13? We can get for the 13 also, students. For the 13, we have the 8 and 16, 4. 13, 8. So at 13, we shall go for 8 only, which is even here. PQRS, this is our T. You may put it here, 13 and 8. And for the 16, 4 that we have observed. 16 and 4. RS T, let me mark this as U. 16 and 8. That's all. Here we cannot reach up to 19. Okay, now student? Because it is greater than and equal to. So the upper limit itself is your 19. So lower limit 16 includes for the 19. So the graph will end up to 16 only. Now we have to join this. So go for joining. Yes, student. Go for joining this with the straight segments. This one. The another one is our, for this 7, there is the point. we have already connected point R. For 10 is our S to this one. Then for 13 T, you have to join it by the straight line. So this is all about. So this way, on this blue curve, you have to write for, it is which one? Greater than or equal type. Greater than or equal type. Ogive. Okay, it's so simple. Now, while the two graph or two cumulative frequency curve are drawn on the same piece of paper or on the same graph, we are observing that these two are intersecting. So the median is the point where it is intersecting. Where it is intersecting, that we are observing, it is this point where these two are intersecting. So it is our intersecting point. This is our intersecting point. This intersecting point gives median. A student, what is this median? Whether I shall take for the cumulative frequency axis for getting the median, or this upper limit or lower limit axis. A student, I had already explained mean, median and mode are for the observations. Observations are present here as upper limit or lower limit in the grouped data. So we need the value on this x-axis for getting the median. So for getting that value, I need to draw perpendicular from this intersecting point over the x-axis. Observe it carefully, students. It is this one. So the point where it is intersecting this x-axis means the perpendicular that we have drawn. So from 0 to this one, what will be this point? You will get, it will be near to 8. Okay, or 8 point something. Exact value a bit difficult, but on the graph you can get it exactly. So from 7 to 8, it is from 7 to 10 we are getting, it is near to 8 point something, 8.2 or something like that. It is in between, or maybe 8.5. So approximately on the graph you will get its value is around 8.2 or 8.3. So whatever this x-axis means the limit axis, that value can give us the median. Many a time students are committing mistake. What they are drawing the perpendicular like this, and they are trying to calculate this one, this length. No, a student, this is wrong. So draw perpendicular on the limit axis. Why? Because this limit are the observations. So mean, median, mode are the observation point, not their frequency point. Okay. So this way the median is obtained. So right here, median is equals to the x-axis or the limit axis. So length on limit axis, that is your horizontal axis, from where to where? From the point of intersection of both the curve. Intersection of both Ogive. So this way we have drawn the Ogive for the data given. Our data given was this first table. Okay, student? This was the question that we had taken. So for this question, the Ogive is drawn. First by considering less than type, another more than type, plotting it on the same curve, then getting the value. Okay, so this is all about our how to find the Ogive from the data. Let us do one question very quickly. Even for in explanation I have taken this much time, but it do not take that much time. So our question was basically this one. Let me once more display the question. Our question was this one. Okay, are you getting? So cumulative frequency table, this was the question, which is in blue. So this way we have understood how to draw the less than type curve, more than type curve, and how to find the median from that. So these are the three important things that we have to keep in mind. So this was all about this chapter. We have learned everything, but for a matter of practice, we will practice few more questions. Student, let us take one more question. For doing this, very quickly we can do it. Let me copy this to a new page where we can do it. Student, this is the data taken from your textbook itself. Here we have to draw both kind of curve. So student, very first, even in the same table you can write it. Okay, it is allowed. Or you may write two different tables. Here we are interested in drawing the Ogive. So fx dx, fi di, fi ui, all these things are not required. Here we are interested in drawing the Ogive. So first write the data in the vertical form. Daily income. Daily income means the interval that we are taking. Then number of workers. This can give us the frequency fi. After this, we have to draw the two kind of table. Okay, student? So two kind of table we will write. So it is for the less than type. So for less than type, we will write their frequency, cumulative frequency for less than type, or let me write say for less than type, only less I am writing. Okay, and another table we need to draw is for the more than type. More than is always associated with equal type, that one. And then we also need to write the cumulative frequency for more. Okay, like this one. So from the given data, I will get the other four column. So let me copy the given data. 120 So the very first one is 100 to 120, 120 to 140, 140 to 160, 160 to 180, 180 to 200. Okay, it is this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes, only these 5 data are given. 12, 14, 8, 6, 10. 12, 14, 8, 6, and 10. So these were the data given, but the other, we have extended it. Sorry. These were the data given, but we have extended it for the other thing. So write it quickly. Less than type means I shall write for less than. Less than is always counted with the upper limit, 120. Less than 140. Less than 160. Less than 180. Less than 200. Okay, student, it is up to this much. So write it quickly. The cumulative frequency, very easy for less than type. Less than type, you have to start from the top. So for less than 120, this 12 itself will get copied here. Then another one, 12 plus 14, or the next one is 14 plus 12, you may write. 26. Next one, you have to put for the 26 plus whatever the new is coming. 8 is our 34. The next one is 34 plus whatever the new is coming. 6. So it becomes 40. For the next one, this 40 plus the new one coming is our 10. It is our 50. Even if you add this summation of Fy, it is also our 50. Okay, so one table is completed for us. Now coming for the other table, where we have to write more than or equal. More than or equal. For more than and equal, it is always with respect to the lower limit. So be careful. Take the lower limit of first. It is our 100. Then it could be the more than or equal to 120. More than or equal to 140. Then more than or equal to 160. Then more than or equal to 180. Okay, these are the things. For writing the frequency, what we shall do? Already I had explained. Start with the bottom one, go for adding it. Means the 10, you shall start with this 10 at the bottom. Then for the next, more than 160, 10 plus 6, 16 over next one, 16 plus next one is our 8. So it is our 24. The next one is our 24. In this we need to add the 14 is our 40. The next one is this 40 we need to take. In this 40 we have to add the 12. Why wrong? Sorry, student, it is not 40, 38. So it is our 38 plus 12 become 50. So you will observe that the two number will always be matching. Okay, it is this one. So what are the plots that we need to do, student? For the plot, let me write here. The plot should be our, yes student, can you understand the plot that we have to do? I had already explained you. The plot is always for the less than type or greater than type. So it will be 120, 12. Because 120 or the upper limit, lower limit is plotted on the x-axis. Next one 140, 26. Next one 160, 34. These are the plots. No need to write this pair, but for explanation, to make you easier, what I will plot, I am putting it 180 and 40, and lastly it will be 250. Okay, so this will be for our less than type. So let me draw very first for the less than type. Students, on vertical axis we are plotting the cumulative frequency. So cumulative frequency of both less than or more than, don't worry for that, only write this here. And on this horizontal axis we are putting the limit. So what are the limits? You can write with that. Smallest one is the 100. So for limit you can put the limit as the smallest one, 100. Whatever the limit are there, you can substitute 120, 140, 160, 180 and 200. Only these are the limits that we need to put it here. Yeah. After this, because both upper limit and lower limit can be taken as per our requirement, the next one is consider the cumulative frequency. Cumulative frequency is sigma f. It is summation of f phi, or the maximum number in our cumulative frequency. It is our 50 that we are getting. So that we need to put it here. So calibrate this vertical axis for the 50. Okay, student? We can take 5, 10, 50 like that way also, or we can take the smaller one also. Let me take the smaller one. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45 and 50. That's all. No need to go ahead. Now plot it. Let us first plot for the less than type. The point is our 120 and 12. Observe 120 is this point, and vertical you have to go for the 12. So plot it. It is this one. You may plot this as A, 120 and 12. This point we have plotted. Next one is 140 and 26. 140 and 26. Go for 26. 25 is here. 26. But for this 140 somewhere here. B. You can put it 140 and 26. Now we can go for this C, which is our 160 and 34. 34, 30 below 35. It is this point. So be careful. It is our C, which is 160 and 34. Go for D. The next point is 180, 40. 180 and 40. 180 and 40. And next one is our 250. D and E. It's all. Now you have to only join it. You will get it. So join it. A student, in this case, please do not join it to the origin. Okay, now be careful. Because what is our starting point is the upper limit. Because it is the less than type. Here we can write less than type. It is this one. Next, we have to go for the more than type. Let me quickly write for the more than type also. So what will be the plot here, student? Here 100. Then with this 100, I need to put the 50. So 150 we shall put. Next one is 120, then 38. So put it 120 and 38. This point. Next point is our 140 and 24. This we shall put. Better habit is to first convert it into the points so that it can be plotted easily or no confusion. Next one is our 180 with the 10. The next one missing is here. 160 with the 16. Let us plot it. Let's start with the first. 100 with 50. Here we are getting, this is our 100 with the 50. So this point. You may write this as P 150. Go for the next point Q, which is our 120 and 38. 120, make it upward. So up to 38, it have to go just below this 40. So Q, 120 and 38. Next one is 140. 140. For this there is 24. So we shall restrict it up to 24, even below this 25. It is our this point. So just this point PQ, let us write this as the R that we are observing. R is our 140 and 24. Okay. Next one, 160. At 160, we have the 16 only. Go for 16. 16 for 160. PQRS. 160 and 16. And for the S, we have 180 with 10. 180 with 10. Go for 10. Okay, students. So quickly you can do it. RST 180 and 10. Now we have to join this with the freehand or with the scale between the two. Observe carefully. For this point, it is below. It will surely cut the earlier less than type. At some point, surely it will be lesser than 140. Than this one, then this one. Are we getting? It will end here itself. So this way, the other curve that we have drawn in black, it is our more than type. You can write it. More than or equal type. Yes. What is the median? How we can find the median? Students, very easy to get the median. Median is the point where they are intersecting. Here we are observing that. Observe it carefully. At 140, the 2 point. One is at 25 and other is at the 26. So surely it will be slightly lesser than 140. it will cut somewhere. It will be somewhere here. Okay, from here you have to draw the perpendicular. It will be below or before 100 this. So this point M, this will be your median. What will the value of M? Just before this 140. So this is the median. Around here we will get the approximate value. Don't worry for that. If we are plotting over the graph paper, all these things, you will get more accurate, but still that will be the approximate than what is calculated mathematically. So approximately we can write this as 138. That's all. So this way we can calculate the median. So we have done everything, student. What were the data? Less than type, tabulated. More than type, tabulated. Plot on the same curve, done. Median we have calculated. So right here, therefore, median is around 138. This is the answer. Okay. So questions are not lengthy. They are not taking much time, but practice is more important. Just by more and more practice, you can get it various. Okay, student, that's all it was all about. So student, this was all about our statistic. Just as a matter of practice, let us do one or two more question where this chapter is connected with the linear equation to find some unknown. Rather than calculating mean, median, mode, it may be given that the median value or the mean value or mode value is given and one of the frequency or even one of the interval or one of the data is missing. Okay, for that how to get? Let us consider this question. It was asked in your examination. I think it was asked in 2012 or 13. So here the mean of the following data is 9.2. Find the value of P. So let me solve it. Here it is given that mean, or you may denote it as X bar, is equals to 9.2. It is given. Okay, it is given. Find the value of P. P is equals to what? This is the requirement. Now, student, wherever the xi or x and f is given, then how to calculate the mean? X is here representative of class mark. There must be some class mark or even not class mark. Is still the formula for getting the mean is like this. Since mean x bar is obtained by summation of fi xi or xi fi, whatever way you want to write, by summation of fi. Okay, this is the basic definition of mean. So first we need to convert this table into fi xi. That should come in your mind, and also calculate the fi, summation of fi. So let us quickly rewrite it. What is x? What is f? Then we will calculate their xi, fy. This calculation we need to do first. So do it. One is 467, 467, p plus 7. No, p plus 4 is there. 12. Then there is 12, then 14. The frequency are 5, 6, 4, 10, 5, 6, 4, 10, 8, and 7. Okay, it is like this. Students, from these are the given data. From this very first we need to calculate the summation of Fi. Add it. You will get it. 5 plus 611 plus 615 plus 1025 plus 833 plus 7 is our 40. Be careful. If you have any doubt, you may recalculate. 5 plus 6, 11 plus 4, 15, 25, then 33, then 40. It's okay. Now calculate XIFY. 5 4s are 20, then 6 6s are 36, 7 4s are 28. This is your P plus 4 multiplied by 10. So be careful while handling this. Keep it in the bracket, then multiply by this one. Okay? Or this is equivalent to 10p plus 4050. So we can use this 10p plus 40. Then for this one, next one is our uh, 12 into 8, 96. Do it. Then 14 into 7. Yes, how much is this? All of you are sleeping. Hello.
Yes, sir.
None of you people are responding, or at least you shall speak somewhere in between so that I can get that you people are at least listening or you people are wake up. Otherwise, it is just like a YouTube video. Huh? We will end within next 10 or 15 minutes. Don't worry. So multiply this. So it is our 14 into 7. How much is this? 98. Now, students, you have to calculate summation of Fi Xi. So go for adding this, or Xi Fi. It means, be careful, student, here whatever the numbers are there, you will add those numbers. But if this P plus 40, so 40 can be added with the number, but 10p have to be maintained as it is. 96, 98, this way we shall add. Okay, let us start adding. 0 plus 6 6 plus 8 14. Now from this 10p and 40 we shall add the 0 only. So 14 plus 6 20 plus 10 28. We have the carry 2. Be careful while doing such addition, because in many a time only simple addition and calculation are there in this statistic, and you are committing mistake and you will get very lesser marks. Just you will get the marks of writing the formula once the calculation is wrong. So be careful. Now 2 carry 2 4 3 7 2 9, then 9 18 9 27, but this 27, this 4 is also there, so it becomes 31. So this was for the constant one, but 10p is still there, so we have to keep this 10p with us. Now we have to substitute in this relation. Since mean is summation of xi fi divided by summation of fi, for this substitute this 1 or 318 plus 3, it is 10p, student, it is 10 10p, or you may write 10p before 10p plus 318, you will get the same thing. That means the same thing, divided by 40. But it is given that this mean is how much? This mean is given as 9.2. So I shall put here 9.2. Since here you have to write, it is given that x bar is 9.2. So just go for solving this. Go for cross multiplication, then simplification, that's all. So multiply it, 9.2 into 40 is equals to 318 plus 10p. Or we can write this as 318 plus 10p is equals to, multiply this. Of 40 into 9.8, sorry, 9.2. 0 will be there and that 0 will get cancelled, or you may put 10 after the decimal. This simply means the P will be our 368 minus 318 divided by 10. You may keep like this. So it is our 50 by 10. This is our 5. Therefore, the value of P is 5. It's so simple, student. Okay. So this way the unknown can be calculated. So be careful. How is the data given? What is given? Here mean was given, so we have applied the formula for mean. In many cases the medians are given, then you need to apply the formula for median. Student, it may be possible that sometimes frequency itself is missing. Let us see this. Find the missing frequencies. Two frequencies are missing. We may consider this frequency as F1, this frequency as F2. I will give the hint. You people have to do this as homework. So let missing frequency be, let missing frequency be, you may write this as XY or F1, F2, F1 and F2. Then also it is given that the mean of the distribution is X bar is our 1.46. So student, the same as earlier one, no difference, where you first need to calculate the FI/XI. How to calculate? Here XI is given, so calculate their XI FI. First you will write it vertically while solving in examination, then multiply this. 0 into 46 becomes 0. Then here we have taken this as F1 and this as F2. So 1 into F1 is our F1, twice of F2. The next one is 25 into 3, 75. Next one is 4 into 10, 40. Next one is 25. Okay, student. So students, here how to get the two equation, because we have the two unknown. Okay, if you are observing carefully, it is given that 200, but what is this 200? 200 is our summation of Fi. What is the summation of Fi? The summation of Fi is nothing but it is your sum of, now you may write here according to question, summation of Fi, it is given in the table as 200, but this Fi can be calculated by adding respective frequency, means 46 plus F1 plus F2 plus of 25 plus of 10 plus of 5. This would be 200. So from this you can get one of the relation between F1 and F2. Keep this F1 plus F2 as one place. 46 plus this 25, it becomes 71. Plus 10, 81, plus 5, 86. 200. So write this as F1 plus F2 is equals to 200 minus 86. Can I write it directly, students? So it becomes 114. It is one relation that we need to keep in mind. Okay. Also, it is also given that the mean is given. What is the mean value? The mean is 1.46, but this mean can be calculated by summation of Fi xi divided by summation of Fi 1.46. Now Fi xi, how is this summation? Go for adding this. Adding this, you can get the summation of Fi xi or summation of xi Fi. Same kind of denotation is there. One is 0, another is F1 plus twice of F plus 75 plus 40 plus 25. Okay, student? So it becomes 140 plus 140. So how I have calculated? By adding this column that we have added here. You will write it vertically, though I have done it in horizontal itself. Okay. So it is our summation of Fi xi is F1 plus twice of F2 plus 140. So this implies in numerator itself be F1 plus twice of F2 plus 140 divided by this Fi is already given as 200. So student, better to substitute this 200 directly by 200, because the same 200 was equated to 46 plus F1 plus F2 plus 25 plus 10 plus 5 to get the F1 F2 relation. So that's why we have directly substituted summation of F1 is equals to 1.46. Here we can write F1 plus twice of F2 plus of 140 is equals to 1.46 into 200. So this 2 decimal can be replaced. So F1 plus twice of F2 will be equals to 146 multiplied by 2. So multiply it. 192. Now this 140 have to be subtracted, have to be brought on right hand side, so it becomes minus. So this implies F1 plus twice of F2 is how much? Take the difference, 152. This is our second equation. Now you have to solve 1 and 2. What we had? F1 plus F2 is 114. So let me write. F1 plus F2 is 114. And F1 plus twice of F2 is equals to 152. Go for subtracting it. While subtracting, minus, 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 change it, it cancelled. Here we are getting F2 minus of twice of F2, means it become minus of F2. It become, also it is our negative. So it become our 36, 38 in negative. Minus and minus can be cancelled. So this implies F2 is equals to 38, but yes, it is negative. Negative was cancelled. It's all. And what is our F1? A student, take the help of the first equation. 114 minus of 38. Okay, that's all. So this become our 6076 is the answer. So F1 is equals to over 76. This way the questions are very simple. So this is all about our statistic. We have discussed everything, but let me explain a simple more thing, or even a more simpler thing. In certain cases, some less than type or more than type are given, then you can frame the frequency distribution. Okay, students? So how to get that? In this table, I will do the same thing. So from the frequency, so form the frequency distribution table. And after forming the frequency distribution table, even we can calculate the mean, median, mode, anything. So frequency distribution, for the frequency distribution, it is more than or equal to 80. It means what will be the class interval? I'm going to solve here itself. Class interval. This class interval is of what? Marks. I need to find the class interval in the range. It is more than and equal to 80, means lower limit is our 80. What will be the upper limit? More than and equal to 70. Okay, student, though it is written in reverse order, later on you may change the order also, don't worry for that. So it is our more than or equal to 70. Means what we shall consider here? Up to 70. Then 70 to 60. Then it is more than 60. 62. But here we are getting the next limit is the difference lesser. So put it 50. Next one is 40. 50 to 40. Is it correct or some correction is required? Yes, student? Yeah, tell me, we have converted the class interval into more than type. So it's okay, or is there any error in this? So let me first write it. 40 to 30, 30 to 20, then 20 to 10, then someone will 10 to 0. Is it correct to write this way or not? None of you are getting? It is more than or equal to 80 is 4. More than or equal to 70 is 6. More than or equal to 60 is 11. More than or equal to, say last one is our more than or equal to 0. A student, the order that we have written, is this correct, the class interval? Always we are writing the lower one first. Okay, so though it is increasing, so be careful while writing this. If you are writing this as 10 to 0, it gives a wrong impression, or it is a wrong way of writing. So the lower limit you have to write just in the reverse way. So correct it. 0 to 10, then 10 to 20. Correct it. Just we are changing the position. 0 to 10, 10 to more than or equal to 10 to 20, then 20 to 30, then 30 to 40, 40 to 50, 50 to 60, 60 to 70, 70 to 80. Now whether it is correct? Yes? Yes, student? Or still something is missing? While we are converting into this way, student, be careful here. Some more clue are there. Out of 90 is there. Means one more row you have to add for 80 to 90. Okay, student? It is like this one. It is the key thing that you have to keep in mind. So 80 to 90, one more interval you need to consider. 80 to 90. This was asked in your board examination. That's why we are struggling. So this is our class interval. Class interval means the marks. Otherwise, this 90 would not be considered. Getting now? So that's why we have to write this way. Then consider it. Then more than 0 or 0 to 10, how much it will be? Or more than 80. So more than 80 means where? More than and equal to 80 means it is 80 to 90. It is this interval. What is given here? It is our 4. More than equal to 70 means 70 to 80. It is our how much? 6. Can I write this as 6, student? All of you are sleeping. A student, it is given that more than 70 means it include your 70 to 80 as well as 80 to 90. So the difference you have to write, because you are observing here the number of candidates are continuously increasing. So it is a cumulative frequency table that you have to observe. It will be our 6 minus 4, it will be 2. Okay, student? For 60 to 70, observe 60 to 70. It is our 11. 11 is more than 60. Then more than 60 include your 60 to 70 as well as more than 70. Yes, students? So it is our 11 minus more than 70 is our 6. So 6, it becomes 5. So the key thing is that you have to just take this successive difference to write it here. What we were doing for making the cumulative frequency table. The same thing. So this 11 is over. More than 50, it is our 17 minus the previous one is our 11. Okay. So it's also 5. 6. The next one is 40 to 50. 23 is the cumulative frequency. So 23 minus, before this there is 17. So the next 6. This way you have to observe it carefully and you have to write it while converting. It is asked. Take one more. So more than 30. It is our 27. So it includes 30 to 40 as well as more than 40, which is our 23. So minus of 23. It becomes 4. Then coming to the next one, more than 20 means 20 to 30. And more than 30, which is 27, have to be subtracted from this 30. It becomes 3. For 10, observe it. It becomes 32 minus of 30. 32 minus of 32. This much. And next one is our 10 to 20 is more than 10. It is our 34 minus 32. This is also 2. So how much data we have? Let us quickly analyze and conclude some of the things. A student, observe How much data were given? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. How much we have obtained? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. So even including this to 80 to 90, you are not going to increase anything. You will get the same thing. So this was all about how to convert it. So this is our frequency or number of candidate. So this table is corresponding to the class interval. The frequency are written. Whatever these differences we have written, that you can also write, or you may write it directly, whatever I have written after it. So both mean the same thing. So be careful. Now it may be asked, for calculating the mean, median and mode, you can calculate easily. If mode is asked, here you are observing that the highest frequency is the 6, but 6 is 2, so it is multimodal, and 6 is the mode. Okay, but that multimodal is not in your syllabus. So this way we can convert the more than type, or even less than type can also be converted. Say if the less than type is there, then how to convert? Still the same approach we need to follow, a student. Less than type means the upper limit is given. So observe this and convert this. Less than 38, less than 40, less than 42. Here we are getting, it is like this one. Then how to convert it? Do the same thing. The interval that I am writing, after this we will end the class. Interval that we want to write, then we will write the frequency. Less than 38 is our 0. Then less than 40 is our 3. Means what is the interval? Or even just by observing this you can write. The gap is of 2 only. Okay, now 38 to 40 to 42 to 44. So you may start with 36 to 38. Or even the top or the first one can even be written for less than 38. That is also acceptable. Okay. In many of the book, you will also get this as entirely less than this, than the next in the interval form. Both mean the same thing, but the default meaning is that whatever the interval, from back side of that much you have to start. So 38 to 40, the gap is of the 2. So it must be in the group form 38 to 40. So 36 to 38. Next one is our less than 40. 40 is our upper limit, and it is of the 38. Next one is 42 is our upper limit, and from the previous it is our 40 to 42. Then 42 to, similarly you can write quickly 44. You are observing that. Then 44 to 46. Then 46 to 48. Then 48 to 50. Then 50 to 52. That's all. Okay, student. So this way you have to write, or you have to tabulate. After this, we need to write the frequency also. Writing frequency is very easy. So it is the frequency or number of students basically. What we are observing, less than 38 is 0. Means it is 0. Less than 40. Less than 40 includes your 38 to 40 also. So 3 minus 0. It is our 3. Next one is our up to 42 or less than 42. So 42 to 40. That much we need only. So 5 minus the 3 that we need. It is our 2. The next one is 9 minus 5. This way you can write it quickly. Next one is our 14 minus 9, 5. Next one is 28 minus 14 is our 14. Next one is 32 minus 28 is our 4. Next one is 35 minus 32. It is our 3. It's all. This way we have converted the given data in terms of their frequency. Okay, that's all. So these questions are very easy, but here say mode is asked. What is mode? What is mean or median? And what is mean? You people might be thinking it is very lengthy. No, it is not that much. You can quickly get it. Let me give you the hint. You will do this as homework. A student, observe. What will be the for the mode? You need the highest frequency, the model class. So not the cumulative frequency. For mode, the highest frequency is here 14. So our model class is this one. So write on the mode is equals to lower limit of model class plus f1 minus f0 divided by twice of f1 minus f0 minus of f2 into the h. So here we are getting lower limit is our lower limit for this model class 46 plus frequency of model class 14 minus frequency preceding it 5 twice of the model class frequency 14 minus of frequency preceding it is 5 minus of frequency succeeding it is our 4 and the class interval is of the 2. It's so simple, student. Huh? So 46 plus of 9 divided by 28 minus of 9 21 into 2. Sorry, 28, it is 19, students. Denominator is our 28 minus 9. 19 is there. Okay. So this just you have to calculate and you can get it. So it is our 46 plus 18 by 90. You can calculate it. It's very easy. Now coming to the median. Whether we shall calculate the mean or median, students, the key thing, mode can be calculated by this frequency and median can be calculated by cumulative frequency. Observing it, it's very easy. Here you are getting that sum of the frequency is same as the highest number in cumulative frequency table. It is 35, so you can quickly write for this. So median n is our 35. So n by 2. So it is our 35 by 2. 17.5. Observe in which class this 17.5 lies. But here the decision is taken with the help of cumulative frequency table, not the frequency table. So where the 17, everything I had discussed in our last lecture in very much detail, analyzing each and everything. So 17.5, here we are observing just before that it is the 14, after this 28. So 14 is excluded, means up to 14 it is the 46, but after that we need to take So in this case also we are getting for this 28, the class interval is our 46. Okay. But this time our approach is reaching here with the help of cumulative frequency, not with the frequency. So in this case also, this 46 to 48 is our model class. So write f just greater equal n by 2 is which one? 28. This implies f is our 28. It is one thing. Median class is our 46 to 48. So lower limit of median class is again 46, and h is our 2 cumulative frequency preceding this 28 is our 14. So that 14 we need to take. Student, you people must go through the previous lecture, okay, because none of you are taking the interest. It appears that you people are not doing the homework. Student, if you are not listening to me, you will have to be suffer in your examination. This time you are writing your career. It is not the just academics of class 9th or 8th. So you should be careful. After this, we have to apply the formula for median is obtained by taking the lower limit of median class, then n by 2 minus cumulative frequency preceding the median class divided by the frequency, and this have to multiply with the h. So again very easy. Lower limit is our 46 minus n by 2. N by 2 is our, here we have calculated 17.5 minus cumulative frequency before the median class 14 from the table we have already listed it here, divided by the frequency f of the median class 28 divided by 2. I hope you people can calculate this. 40. Okay, I hope you people can do it. The student, it is plus. Now after this, the mean is equals to what? Shall we do for writing the FIXI, DI like that? No need, a student. Okay. Now since what is the relation? 2, 3, 1. 2 is starting with mean, median, mode. So we shall write for twice of mean is equals to, how we can get this 2 from 3 and 1? Thrice of median minus 1 is associated with mode. We can write it the formula directly. So whatever the mean and median that we have calculated, so median value have to be substituted from here, and the mode value have to be substituted from here. Okay, student, this is the mode we have calculated. Then this entire one have to be divided by 2 to get the mean. Okay, this way the mean can be calculated. I hope I have explained each and everything, each and every kind of questions I have explained. So nothing is left from my side. I have done all the questions. Yes, student, tell me if you have still any doubt, then please tell me. So if you are in need of calculating everything and from this cumulative frequency table, convert it, calculate the two. Better one is calculating the mode and median, then use it to calculate the mean. Though this value will be approximate, not the exact one. Students, let us do the homework. Student, here it is the multimodal because 6 and 6 is there. So how to get the mode, median, mean, all the three? First you calculate the mean, then median, then calculate the mode. Okay, by that way you can get it from the formula. Or even such multimodal will not be in your syllabus. So question is so framed that with this same frequency will not, or the same highest frequency will not be in the question. So write down the homework. It is our textbook exercise 14.4, that is one thing, and our RC book. A student, please finish all the question. Okay, all questions. Last day I had given up to the 15, that is 15 to end. Up to 15 I had already given you. Now tell me, tomorrow we shall keep the class? Then please keep it in the early morning, because I'm busy with some other task, like whatever in my background you are looking, we are going to replace it by digital board. Though I'm still teaching with the digital tab itself, but within few days, what is backside me, it will be replaced by a digital board. I will, rather than writing on this laptop, I will write over the board itself. That mode will be available within next 15 days. For that, I am doing some kind of research or searching which brand and all these things. Cost are too much. Basically, they are demanding 3 to 4 lakhs. But still, for your betterment, I am ready to do everything, so that you can understand it better. At least looking on the bigger figure with me and explaining each and everything with my hands, that gives better understanding rather than just speaking and looking side by side. So I'm in the process of that kind of selection and analysis. So if you people want, please keep the tomorrow class at 8:30 to 9:30. I had kept for the class 9th, then 10th. So we can keep up to even from the 10:30 onward or 11 onward. We shall keep. Yes, student, please tell me quickly tomorrow whether you people want to have a class or not, because this